So today I want to make it a little bit more personal. I actually want to share with you guys my own personal journey in weight loss as a weight loss coach, as a former personal trainer, as a health coach. I want to give you my perspective on losing weight, even as a coach, so it could help you debunk some myths that you might be thinking about weight loss and help you overcome your own struggles, whether you're at a plateau, whether you're constantly craving sugar, and whether you might be feeling like you're just stuck and just out of control with food. I want to help you with that from a coach's perspective, just to show you guys that I am still going through my own journey. Like, I'm not a perfect human being just for being a coach. And I want to share with you what I've learned from that coach's perspective so you can grow in your own journey. So stay till the end to hear the 3 top tips I have for you, the 3 myths that I want to debunk about weight loss so you can overcome your own weight loss struggles. So the first point I want to make is about fitness. Many people think that fitness is the solution to weight loss. Like, once you work out a ton, you're going to be able to just keep the calories down and lose the weight pretty effortlessly. And that's what I thought for a long time. I thought if you want to lose weight, you got to work out. Like, that's just like what comes to mind for so many people. Like, we've been conditioned to believe so much in TV and stuff that if you want to lose weight, you got to eat less and move more. That's how I started my fitness journey. I got hooked on this half marathon, and then I got the race bug. I kept running race after race after race. I've done probably about 40, 50 races total, including obstacle course races, half marathons. I've done 4 full marathons. I've attempted 4 ultra marathons and finished 2. So I've done a lot of races. And here's what I've come to realize when I was really like a fitness junkie. Fitness really was an easy way to keep my body fit, just because I just enjoyed working out a lot. So I never worked out to lose weight at that time. I only worked out because I just loved racing. I loved obstacles. I loved challenging my body. I loved doing Spartan races because they really challenged my bodies in ways I've never been challenged before, like doing a lot of pull-ups and rope climbs and all those things. So I worked out twice a day, multiple times a week, just because I loved doing it. And so as a result of that, I had all the muscles. But the thing that I never paid attention to when I was working out a lot was what I was eating. So the only thing that's a struggle about working out a lot when you're trying to lose weight is, it's true, like, you could work out a ton and you could burn a lot of calories. If you really work out a lot and you work out intensely, you probably don't need to monitor what you're eating so closely. Like, you could probably overeat and eat, like, get away with, quote unquote, like, get away with eating sugar and carbs and things more often because your muscles will be using up so much energy. So a lot of athletes will actually eat a lot of sugar and carbs and they'll be fine, like, they're using up a lot of energy. But because I had that crutch with fitness, I never had to look at my eating habits. I never had to evaluate why I was eating a certain way. And because of that, I'd never realized that I was actually using food to cope with a lot of hardships in my life. Especially when I was a nurse, I was using food a lot to stress eat. I was using food as a reward at the end of the day. I was using food when I was bored or anxious. Like, I never realized that I was using food for so many things until I was pre-diabetic in 2017. So even though I was a personal trainer, I was a competitive obstacle course racing athlete, I applied for Ninja Warrior, but even though I was working out all that and had all the muscles, I was pre-diabetic in 2017, so I really had to take a look at my eating habits. And that's for the first time when I realized, oh wow, I'm really eating so much more sugar than I need. Like, I'm really actually eating when I'm not hungry. I'm only eating to fulfill an emotional reason. So I want to point this out because people think like working out will help them lose the weight, which it will. On the outside, your body will change and you'll feel confident and you'll want to keep working out. But what I want to warn you about is what happens when things change in the world. What about when something like COVID happens, where all the races shut down and all the gyms shut down and you can't have the same access to working out like you used to. Then the only thing you're left with is you being stuck at home with your own brain and all the food. What then, you know? So that's why I really caution people to not depend on fitness as the only tool for weight loss. Like, it's a great tool. Like, I still work out like 5 to 6 times a week. I just finished the LA Marathon, and I love fitness just because it challenges you. It makes you feel good, it makes you feel confident, and I love that. But also, it's not the only way to lose weight. It's not the way to lose weight permanently, especially if there are circumstances in the world that you can't control that happen that will limit your ability to work out. So my big tip for that is don't only focus on fitness, but you also want to focus on your eating habits. Like, why do you eat the way you eat? So you have to look at your eating patterns. Like, when do you overeat? Do you overeat on the weekends? Do you overeat after a race or event? Do you use food as a reward? Do you use food to feel better? And if so, why food? Really question that, because if you're not looking at your actual eating habits and eating patterns, you can work out all you want, but it can't change how you eat and your psychology behind why you eat. So I would really take a look at not only how you work out, but the why behind your eating patterns. The second thing I wanted to share with you guys was about my journey being on the ketogenic diet, or the keto diet, which was really popular over the past few years. And in case you guys don't know what keto is basically a diet where you eat a high proportion of calories from fats and a very low percentage of calories from carbs and a moderate percentage of calories from proteins. So in a nutshell, your body learns how to burn your own fat for fuel, and it requires you to eat very low carbs and a high amount of fat. So anyway, I went keto in 2018 after I was pre-diabetic, and that started me on my sugar-free journey. It's what led me to being a sugar cravings coach. It's like motivated me to coach dozens of women to lose weight, eating in a sugar-free lifestyle. When you eat low carb, you're forcing your body to burn your own fat for energy. So of course you're gonna have a lower body fat percentage. You're gonna look really lean. But what I noticed in doing that for me as a coach was when I was identifying myself as a keto person, quote unquote, it was preventing me from eating foods that were actually going to serve me in weight loss. Because what happened was when I was eating a diet that was very high fat, like a lot of eggs, a lot of fatty meats like pork and beef, I did lose weight in the beginning, but over time, when you are keto for a few years or even a year or two, the weight will begin to plateau and you'll actually gain more weight. If you find a way of eating that works for you, that's amazing, that's wonderful. And also, it's not the only way. If you limit yourself to only eating one certain way, it might actually prevent you from losing weight down the road, because you won't be able to adjust your diet to basically break through a plateau. And if you're not open to eating in a different way, if you don't have any medical issues, then it'll be a lot harder to lose the weight. And the last thing I learned as a weight loss coach with my own struggles with weight loss is I am not perfect. Even though I know the tools, even though I've taught the tools for the past 3 years as a coach, I'm not perfect in my own journey. I still have moments where I want to overeat on the weekends. I still have moments where I want to eat in the holidays whatever I want. And I don't even think about it as being as those are mistakes or anything. Like, I just change how I think about my eating patterns. Like, instead of thinking I'm eating wrong or I'm eating right, the way I look at it is, how am I choosing to eat? Being responsible and taking ownership of my food choices are what give me power and what help me feel in control of my eating. When you're able to meet yourself where you're at, like when you really are honest with yourself about what you want and you're okay with that, it can make the weight loss journey so much easier and so much more forgiving for yourself. Your ability to lose weight isn't about how perfectly you eat, but it's more about owning your choices, eating the certain foods, owning the outcome of eating certain foods. Like, if you choose to eat sugar, if you choose to eat carbs, you have to also own that the outcome of eating that is probably your weight's gonna go up. So really always taking full responsibility for your food decisions. and not thinking that the food's in control over you. Like, you're really the one being responsible for, like, I chose to eat this because I wanted to. And that honesty with yourself is what's gonna help you create a relationship with yourself where you're more forgiving, you're more compassionate, and you're able to meet yourself where you're at. So the more you could get into a mindset of like, I'm choosing to eat this way and I like my reasons for it, the more you're going to be successful in your weight loss journey and feel in control around food. All right, you guys, so those are my 3 big tips about my weight loss journey, about the struggles I went through, so it could help you overcome any sort of struggles you're going through in your journey. You have to think for yourself, are you willing to make those lifestyle choices for you? And if so, what would that create for you? Like, what kind of life would you have if you were able to make those habits a lifestyle change and made it part of your life? All right, guys, so that is my story. Let me know if any of this resonated with you, if you're able to sort of relate to any of the things I was talking about, like related to fitness, related to being keto, related to just being imperfect along the journey. Which of those 3 things resonated with you? I'd love to hear more about what you thought in the comments. And also, if you have some eating habits, some eating patterns that you're not sure about, like if you're not really sure what your impulsive eating habits might be, you could take my free impulsive eating quiz by clicking the link in the description box below, so you could kind of gain more awareness for yourself if you are stress eating, if you are eating emotionally, so you could start changing those habits for good. To see my future videos, to get notified when they come up, go ahead and click the subscribe button below and click the bell for notifications so you could see my future videos right when they come out. All right, guys, have an amazing week. Take care and be imperfect. Take that action, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, guys, see you next time.